Hi, everybody. Welcome to the QB School. I am JT O'Sullivan. Today, Matthew Stafford, Week 8, locked in, fired up. Let's get it going. Welcome to the QB School. Before we dive into the video, a quick reminder about the Quarterback School Patreon community. This group is the foundation, the bedrock of the channel. Not only is it a great, inexpensive way to support the channel, but you get even more Quarterback School content, usually long-form videos over there. You think these are long? Hop over to the Quarterback School Patreon community. I really try to create the environment of what it's like in an NFL quarterback room. So lots of nuanced detail about not only the quarterback position, but high-level offense and defensive football. If you dig it, you will love the Quarterback School Patreon community. Check it out, join, become a member. I appreciate your support. As for this video, let's get into it. Matthew Stafford, the Rams, taking it to the Fighting Brian Flores right here. We get a little double the stars for the first of 4 touchdown passes. This is an excellent job of Matthew Stafford finding the one-on-one to the back. Put 0 in a blender. Great space. Nice decision-making. Again, what I'm used to calling coverage-wise here, double the stars. There's a bunch of different ways to kind of fill in the blank as far as what you want to call this. But if our 2 best players are right here on offense, they're essentially going to put 2 defenders on them. So you're going to end up getting a double here, and you're going to get a double here. And it might not be these specific guys, but that's what it means in my mind. And then everywhere else, you're going to be singled up. So one-on-one, one-on-one, one-on-one. And from an offensive philosophy perspective, you're almost always going to find the one-on-ones here. And then what happens specifically on this play is we've got the back running this little Texas or fan or angle route. And they put 0, the linebacker type, in a tough spot. They're trying to get a 5-0 check by the offensive line to get one-on-one blocks, but they're asking him to go from here to blocking to covering a route. And he's terrified of the flat, so he overreacts, and then we take the inside on the fan. So first, let's just watch Cup and Nakua down here as the 2 and the 3 get doubled. So this is kind of sorting this thing out. You can see here, they both got 2 guys. They're both bracketed. To me, this is a version of double the stars. Now, we got one-on-ones everywhere else. Watch the back. Release and just put 0 in a blender. And that's way too much space for a 3rd and 5, let alone a 3rd and 5 in the red zone. But again, watch 0 over the center. It's tough to fake like you're going to blitz there. We get a little too Flores-y here for me. Trying to showcase so much pressure. And then the other thing you could say here, and this is certainly not defensive line school, but if we are rushing the passer here and the back is free releasing in a type of coverage situation for me, I would want this guy to rush the passer through the eligible. So put your hands on this guy, make him not an option. Again, different philosophies for different programs, but you could see here the defensive end could help us out if he got hands on as opposed to, he's trying to avoid and get to the quarterback. Regardless, really nice job from Matthew and company. Next one here, this is a beautiful job getting a little in-breaker up top to Nakua, whether this is a short post, slant, wrap in, it doesn't really matter. We've got an in-breaker versus middle field closed, zone defense, and pressure. So a little 3 deep, 2 underneath, there's all sorts of space. And the thing that I love from Matthew Stafford here, besides the accuracy, is the decisiveness. This is 5-step, no hitch, ball out. So again, whatever this route is, this versus middle field closed, okay, 3 deep, and then they only have 2 under. So if they want to bring 6 and play these, okay, you must be here, like bullshitty type zone defenses, well, if they don't get home with their 6-person pressure and we end up blocking it up, there are all sorts of space out here. And this is just an excellent job. Again, watch Stafford here. Hit his back foot, 5 no hitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to throw this thing over the middle of the field. Look at the anticipation. But there's space everywhere, right? We got space in the flat up top. We've got space down here to the bottom for Cup. But you've got to be able to sort it out, block it up. Excellent job there. 6-person protection, 6-person pressure. Blocked up. They try to play this 3/2 zone, and we can take advantage of the space in the middle of the field. Hell yeah. Next one here, another beautiful touchdown pass. This time we're going to get out of this thing. Stafford gets a little high knees. We're going to find Cooper Kupp on the back line here, a little scramble touchdown. Now, there's a lot to love here. You got to appreciate Stafford's strength, athleticism, sneaky athlete still, a little bit of a playmaker here, feeling himself with the high step, all great. Left tackle takes an L, a little spin move inside. We got to make somebody miss. 97, pretty damn good football player. Find the back line. That's a hell of a play for Matthew Stafford. It really is. Now, I think the thing that makes this play even wilder to me is that this is going to be a beautiful touchdown. Like, the design here is outstanding. So what I'm used to calling some iteration of red quarters just means we're playing middle field open. Whether you want to call this brackets or quarters, I think it's a little bit more quartery. So initially, everyone in the stadium can see the middle of the field is open. Okay, so we want to find a way to attack that. We're going to have the number 1 down here to the bottom. He's going to run up from a pseudo condensed formation, try to capture this safety and run to the corner. We're then going to have Cooper Kupp follow him in his wake. So he's going to get the ball snapped as the number 2, kind of switch release, get outside of it, and then he's going to take the middle of the field. And if we didn't take an L at left tackle, this is going to be an easy touchdown pass. So that's the part I love scheme-wise. So scheme-wise, it's there. We schemed them open. It's going to be a touchdown. Now, we can't hold up pass pro-wise. We get beat inside with a nice spin. Matthew Stafford bails us out twice, and he finds him in the back line. So really nice job from Stafford. Also really nice scheme. Everything except the pass pro on the left side. But this is excellent from Matthew Stafford. Make somebody miss. So he's got the athleticism to go make somebody miss right there. The strength here, the agility to duck, get up and under, high step, find his buddy on the back line, touchdown, hell yeah. Next one here, I just put this one on there because I get a kick out of throws like this. So a little underhand shovel here to his back. Here, you take it. You take the hit for me, bud. Probably be a better play if he just had the back block for him and run out of bounds, but it certainly wouldn't have made the video. So little underhand flick here. Again, feeling himself. Love the confidence here. Just these, I get a kick out of, whether you want to call it different release points or these things where you can just find creative ways to get the ball to the check down. Nice, easy underhand flick. You don't see it very often. You take it, appreciate it, get another completion. But just one of those things where you can tell, playing at a high level, having fun, in rhythm. He's certainly got all the clubs in the bag. And right here, he's got the underhand spinner. Love it. Next one here, 3rd and 9. All right, so if you're a fan of the Quarterback School Patreon community, or I should say if you're a patron, you're going to know that when we watch this defense, we talk a lot about having a plan on 3rd down. All right, so 3rd down, what do we need to do versus defense? We need to have a plan every single time versus 0 and middle field open. So that can be 2 or quarters, combo, whatever you want to call it. So every single time we get a 3rd down, we're not going to get Flores. Okay, I'm not sure that's a word, but we're not going to get exotic here at the line of scrimmage and get zeroed and then bluffed in to some sort of middle field open. So right here, middle field open. Could they bring pressure? Absolutely. They could bring 7. They could bring 7. We're going to throw a deep out down here to the bottom with anticipation versus middle of the field open. So having answers to the test. Okay, we know the question is going to be 0 and middle field open. Right here. Gun, 5-step, ball out, anticipation, elite arm talent. Okay, all help have the correct answers to the test right in front of Flores. So again, at the snap, we're going in motion. Go to school on the motion. What happens? Does anybody run with him? No. If no one runs with him, it's very high percentage chance that it is zone. Okay, so we're going to catch middle field open. And I'm going to say some iteration of quarters here. We're going to run this deep out or bench or circus, whatever you want to call it. And we're going to throw that thing with anticipation on 3rd and long. This is excellent football, y'all. This is a plan. This is execution. This is elite arm talent. There it is. You can see the safety down here to the bottom, 24. He's hunting the vertical at number 3 on the other side, little poach or tricks. 1-on-1 down here to the bottom. Look at the base. 5-step, no hitch, no wasted movement. We throw it right there. You can see Nakua not out of the break yet. This is a deep out, outside the numbers, played with anticipation. It's a straight up strike. It's awesome. Now, the timing might be a tick off. You might want a little bit more anticipation to have a little bit of room on the sideline, but it's still outstanding football. It's simply awesome. He makes it look easy right there. Doesn't even have to get through the throw. Boom. Little recoil. First down. This next one is a bit of a bummer. So for me here, this is Matthew Stafford getting a little greedy. Now he's going to end up throwing the ball down the field to Nacua on the little switch vertical clear. And this is a tough coverage here for me to think you're ever going to get this kind of vertical off this motion. They're essentially going to cloud this thing to the left, just meaning that the half field safety over the top. And I just feel like he's just essentially in his mind, it's like double middle finger, 17's down there somewhere. And it's never really close to being a hookup. So I'll pause this thing and let us see exactly how this thing sorts out. But if we're going to go from here and throw this versus what I'm calling, whether you want to call it read or palms or two, whatever, we're way over the top. He's always over the top. This is never open. Now, where the ball probably should go, if this was Cooper Kupp or Kelsey, you would just throw it right to him. Like he would have the capacity to settle up. But all 15 does is catch touchdowns. So we're not going to get it done here. Where the ball really should go is right to the check down. And so you might be saying, hey, come on, Doug, you give Matthew Stafford a break. Well, he forces this ball down the field, right? This is probably a poor decision. We could settle him up here. The ball probably should go right here. If we threw this and got this completion, then it isn't third down and we're not throwing a pick on the next play. So all these decisions are interconnected. So if we're not going to throw it to Nacua down the field, is the little sail there open to Robinson? Yeah, you could put it right on him if you trusted him to stop right there. How many times have we seen Kelsey just kind of settle up? Now, I get it. Kelsey's a unique kind of capacity in zone coverage, but we wouldn't be shocked if he threw that to Cooper Kupp, would we? I wouldn't. And the check down is certainly there. So the safety my thing about it is how this thing sorts itself out if you're going to catch a half field safety. So if the half field safety is taking away the clear, okay, then what is the cloud or read corner doing? Is he taking away the sail route here? So is he taking away this? If he is, then the ball has to go down to the check down underneath it. So it's just a different way to get to flood. And we just are a little over aggressive here for me. And again, it's not the end of the world on this play. It's just an incompletion. And Nacua even slows up on the route. He doesn't think he's going to get it. But the problem is this decision leads to the next play, which is a disaster, which is a turnover. So forcing it here, again, just it is what it is. You maybe can disagree. You can say, man, hell yeah, I like him throwing it to 17 down the field. Well, then 17 needs to run hard all the way through it. Regardless, we got Nacua out there playing DB. So here's the very next play, 3rd and 6. We're going to throw an interception up top. This play almost certainly is supposed to go to Kupp on the choice. We got 15 on the little deep out or 7 or corner behind it. I think the decision is there. He just skymails the throw. Got a little gust inside the dome. And it's the previous play was a poor decision. This is a poor throw. And again, there's nothing, I'm not going to sit here and analyze the technique, the fundamental of Matthew Stafford. I would say for me, I don't necessarily love a 2-step drop here to play this concept. So to me, this is choice here. So he can go in, out. He wants to settle up. Some people let you go to the post. So you got all these options. You got to make Cooper Kupp right. Well, it looks like they essentially double him. So they've got 2 people squeezing Kupp. All right. Well, then oftentimes this route, the choice is paired with a corner or a deep out. And so if you feel that outside pressure there, you just put it right here. Well, you can't put it right here, right? That's an interception. So again, you can see how these cascading plays are impacting each other. This is a poor throw. Hey, it happens. Again, do you see a lot of people play choice like this or option off a 2-step? So 1, 2, no. To me, he's just a little bit early, throws the whole timing off. The corner and the curl defender squeeze Kupp. Now we got to throw 15 on the sideline, and we just throw it too far. Now maybe 15. Okay, again, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I'm in their meeting room and I know that this route is supposed to come out like this or this route is supposed to come out like this. Okay, I probably would lean on this guy not missing that bad, so maybe the wide receiver takes the wrong route out of there. I don't know, but it looks like it's a very poor throw. It could be the wide receiver running the incorrect angle out of the top of the route here. regardless, it's a bad play. The outcome sucks. Again, I think we're in this situation because we didn't take the check down on the previous play. Again, for me, don't love 1-2. Again, he gets a little bit what I would consider like, and this is no shot at the sheriff, but you don't see a lot of people play like this anymore. Peyton Manning with like up on his toes, back in the day, Peyton used to like shuffle those feet, always ready to throw. I think nowadays more people play with all their cleats in the ground, ready to throw. But you can see he's kind of left tackle in our lap, interception. All right, next one here. This is a pretty wild throw. This ends up being a dot down here to the bottom, number 1 on a corner route. So this to me is an iteration of smash with shallow cross, and this is an elite world-class throw. Ridiculous arm strength to rip this thing and kind of fool with a cloud corner. But there are a few things going on here that I really want you to have a deep understanding of, because this is pretty unique football. So first thing, what's going to happen here? On this motion, so we're going to motion across and run to the flat. And so this is the version of smash here that I'm saying is an iteration of smash. It's paired with shallow cross, deep over the ball, with a shallow coming this way. All right? Nothing necessarily crazy about this design. What ends up happening here is we get a cloud corner or rolled up corner, and he's going to try to take away both. Now, could we throw it here? Maybe. If this is 1, this is 2, and then you play shallow cross, 3, 4. Could we throw the flat? Maybe. The decision to throw here is pretty damn impressive. The part I really want you to pay attention to beyond the throw is the reason it's on the video. The other crazy part is that we're in a 2x2 formation here to start, right? 2 eligibles on both sides. We're going to motion across. When we motion to a 3x1, their corner, instead of coming across playing zone, coming across playing man, he's going to come across and he's going to communicate that he's going to play the half field player. So then it makes this corner the rolled up cloud player. I'm just not familiar with seeing this adjustment. Now, maybe a lot of teams do it and I'm just not aware of it. It's pretty damn impressive communication. And it's just one of those things where sometimes you'll hear me say, go to school on the motion or the shift. This is graduate school. This is elite defensive communication. And just because it doesn't work, it doesn't mean it's not awesome. So again, watch that corner communicate as he comes across. So yeah, I'm going to go to the half field. Yeah, you take the rolled up corner. So could he put it on the flat? Yes. Is the corner a more impressive throw? Yeah, hell yeah it is. Just easy gas. And again, look at the base that he plays with. There's no heel click. There's no wasted movement. It's elite. Comes off like a damn rocket. It's awesome. It really is. But I can't quite get past this adjustment to motion. That's pretty sweet right there. To get to the half field player, rip that corner right in between that cloud. That's awesome. All right, next one here. Maybe one of the very few poor or not good enough throws of the day. I wouldn't even call this a poor throw. We just don't quite have enough club up top to make this throw of essentially 50 yards down the field. 55 yards here, more on top of the logo, halfway in the end zone. This is a beautiful touchdown. This is pretty world-class vision for Matthew Stafford. He just doesn't quite have enough on the throw to make it work. It looks like he's playing this thing inside out across the field. Now this, again, is a bit of a unique look for me. So I'll pause it right at the snap. So as we go to snap this thing, where the ball ends up going is right here on the deep go down the field. It looks like we run almost like a little deep curl or read. I think the number 3 comes just across the field here. Out of this, with the play action, I'm going to call this non-traditional Tampa. So to me, he's the half field player. He's a half field player. And this corner up top is more of the cloud or potentially like a read Palmsy type player. So I would probably assume that this safety should stay over the vertical of the number 1 out there. I think he kind of squats, and that allows this to be a throw. But it's pretty wild that he even sees this, especially if he is playing this 1, 2, 3, which it kind of looks like he is. Now, could he throw this? Probably. But again, whether this is almost like a heat check throw or he just trusts himself to make these throws, and you're almost surprised that he doesn't make it. So you can see the rotation to non-traditional Tampa. You see 44 getting to the middle of the field, the middle linebacker type. Do we have the number 2 up top between the hash and the numbers? Yeah. Maybe that linebacker's in the way. But regardless, once that safety up top settles his feet right there, we can rip that thing down the field 50 yards. I mean, he essentially is trying to out-throw the coverage, and the corner does a nice job. It looks like 7 has a great job catching up to it. I didn't go back and watch the broadcast, but it sure looks like he hits it with his right arm here. So inside, no. Inside, 1, 2, 3. Get the ball up. And again, great recovery. You know, I can't tell if it's a drop or he hits it. It sure looks like 7 hits it with his right arm there. Just not quite enough on the club. Next one here, 2nd and 15. We're going to catch a deep in down here to the bottom. Nakua. You know, to me, I'm used to calling this simulated pressure. They're going to bring a non-traditional rusher. They're going to drop an edge. You know, you get the opportunity to pick up these types of pressures. There's going to be big holes down the field. It's excellent pass pro. Ripping that deep in, playing between the hashes. It's an excellent job. So again, I think of this defense as if we can block them up and they're playing zone, we're going to have some space. So here are the 4 guys that they're pressuring. Again, dropping a traditional rusher out of there into zone. So we're able to block it up and then no to the first window, yes to the second window, right? So just an excellent job of Stafford and the pass protection unit holding up, trusting it, and then ripping it down the field, making them pay on 2nd and 15. I mean, look at all the space in the middle of the field. Excellent job attacking it. Put it right on him. Big chunk first down. I mean, it can't get easier than that really in 2nd and 15. So great job by the pass pro unit. Look at the pass protection. That's like routes on air. Nobody close to him. Wide open middle of the field. Big chunk. Let's go. Next one here, 2nd and 8. Touchdown pass, bottom of the screen. Middle field closed. Press man. Fade. Let him eat. Awesome job. Again, all Robinson does is catch touchdown passes. Great job there fighting through some contact as well. Great job from Matthew Stafford identifying the coverage. Ripping it out there. Just a beautiful job. I mean, it really is. Pretty outstanding job to be able to see the clean coverage, right? Closed. Press. We like the matchup. One-on-one, he wins. Give our guy a chance. Good things happen. Just well done. Great pre-snap recognition, post-snap confirmation. He knows exactly what he's doing, how quickly he gets the ball out. Even though it's not a perfect throw, you give your guy an opportunity to go make a play, he rewards you. So watch how decisive Stafford is here. Hold it, boom. You can see him hold that middle field player, get to his target. Foot in the ground, ball out, give your guy a chance. Love it. Next one here, little naked keeper to the left down here to the bottom. We're going to have the wing up top coming across on the sneak or the slide flat. We're going to pump it to him, throw the over right behind it. Now, it's not a perfect throw, a little back shoulder-ish, not in a good way. But this is a pretty nice job, again, by Matthew Stafford, showcasing the athleticism. Not the youngest guy in the world. Nice fake. The ability to get out, go to your left, carve it downhill. I really like the ball handling. Again, I'm not necessarily a huge fan of what I consider like burning a vertical threat here. So as we come across here on this horizontal motion, that guy's not going to run a route. And from here, it's almost always a corner, someone in the flat, and someone in the over space, right? So he comes out here, doesn't like this one. Yes to the over as we fake this thing, carve it downhill, and going to your left. Really nice job. And again, we'll look at the ball handling from the end zone. But this is an outstanding job. Not easy to do, going to your left. No to the flat, yes to the over. Flip your hips. Certainly a good enough ball. And again, we're running it. We're up. Trying to maintain this thing, get first downs. Again, watch his head here. So extend the ball. We're getting spider cammed a little bit. His offhand is on his core. Watch his head. Just that little delay right there. So that little head movement. Come around, no to the flat, yes to the over. Nice catch from 84. First down. Let's go. Next one here, the last of 4 touchdown passes, 3rd and 4. This is a hell of a play on multiple levels. It's a really nice job. Stafford going left to right, 1, 2, 3, all the way across the field. It is a world-class route from 15. Again, all he does is catch touchdown passes here. Watch him get his eyes around. Okay, so on the right side of the screen, when he's running this little shake or post corner, he's going to go to the post. See his eyes turn around? That sells it to the safety. So watch 22 drive that. then he comes out of it. So it's all about the little nuance and details. Get your eyes around, come out of that thing. Oh my God, that's so good. And again, Matthew Stafford, in my mind, is one of, if not the best backside in throwers in football. So to me here, this little looper return, those guys can't get enough of. This little corner, deep 7, okay, it's not there. That's probably where we're designed to go, kind of 1 to 2 or vice versa. When that's not there, here comes this backside shaker post corner. And right here, this move to the post where he gets his eyes back, then allows him to come out of this thing. It is outstanding. It's so good of a route up top. Watch those eyes right there. Ooh! And then watch Matthew Stafford. So he's playing down here to the bottom. Again, really nice base, no heel click. No, flip around. And he plays that thing with a little anticipation on the backside of a double move. Oh, man. They are rolling. That's an outstanding job. It really is. It's a great route from 15. It's also excellent quarterbacking. It's nice pass pro as well. All sorts of time. Great pocket. Put it right on him. Hell yeah. So next one here, 3rd and 9. Okay, I'm not going to write it, but you should know it. 3rd and 9. We need to have a plan versus 0 middle field open. Okay, so what are we going to do here? We're going to run a little fake perimeter screen down here to the bottom to Nacua. We're going to get Kupp on the bluff wheel, little post bluff wheel. See it run from almost every team every weekend. I mean, that's how common this play is across the league. And this is really just Matthew Stafford playing buddy ball with Kupp, because technically the Vikings have more than enough guys over there. I'm not even going to try to tell you what coverage they're playing. I am going to tell you that he trusts this guy to go make a play. He gives him a chance to. Good things happen. So again, I love the plan. We got 7-person protection. We're going to fake this thing, almost like full slide pass pro here. Fake it to Nacua at the bottom. So as he comes across in motion, look at me, fake the bubble. Here comes that post by the number 1, and then where we're trying to go here with this bluff wheel. So it comes off like he's going to block and then gets into this wheel. And again, who knows what they're doing defensively? I will say, to me, it looks like what we talked about. Open, okay? And then we just got to play buddy ball over here. We got multiple guys just hanging out over here. We trust him, back shoulder, arm talent to the wide side to rip this thing. So bluff it, post, wheel. And again, this picture right here is probably not a great picture. So 1 defender, 2 defender, 3 defender, 4 defender. Anybody who tells you what coverage this is supposed to be, just from the picture of it, I would say is lying. Now, maybe they know what the defensive call was, but whatever that is, that's a bad look. So to go from that to post with wheel and get a completion on 3rd and long is pretty damn special. Again, it helps to have that trust, that buddy ball vibes. It also helps to have a cannon on your right arm to be able to rip that thing wide side. And again, less of an issue for me with this guy drifting, buying time, just because he has proven that he has the arm talent to make these throws all the time. I think it does make the throw traditionally harder for most guys to play like that. But Kupp goes up, makes the play, 1st down, let's go. So the last one here, 3rd and 12, coming out of the 2-minute. All right, again, 3rd down versus the Vikings. Plan, 0, middle field open. Now coming out of a 2-minute, I'm thinking we're definitely going to get pressure. Okay, that's just how I've always been taught to play football, coming out of a defensive opportunity for them to all get together. Defensive guys can't help themselves. Right here, this is just a perimeter screen. It's 3rd and 12. Now, we don't get a 1st down, but we stay in bounds. I think we stay in bounds. I thought we stayed in bounds. I hope we stay in bounds. It looks like we stay in bounds. They look like we don't stay in bounds there with the call from the ref, though. It'd be a better play if we stayed in bounds. But to me, I like this idea. This looks like an RPO to me. Stafford likes the numbers on the bottom. Again, Kevin's even surprised that the guy stops the clock there. He's trying to get him to stop the clock. I'm still not sure. How did he not down in bounds right there? Maybe his left foot hits the white? I don't know. They get a gift there from, in my opinion. Regardless, the thing I love about this is the plan. I've watched every, just by happenstance, about this defense because I'm fascinated with it. But middle field open, this sure looks like pressure. It's 3rd and forever. Versus this front, I think most teams back in the day would say, hey, let's just run wide zone here. And that's not a bad answer, but let's RSO it or SRO it, screen run option, and just come out here, raise up, throw the little quick or now screen right here. We get the numbers that we want, and it's a good play. So again, I just love seeing a plan work. And even though it didn't work perfectly right here where they got a first down, didn't even work that well if they stopped the clock, the bones of it, the intent of it to me is outstanding and cogent. Like it makes sense. It looks like someone put a lot of thought into this thing and they executed at a high level on a short week. Pretty damn impressive. So that is a wrap. Matthew Stafford, the Rams, big win versus the Vikings defense. Now, I really loved the plan. I really did. I thought they executed it at a very high level as well. Obviously, the Rams more working towards full strength there on the perimeter. Always more fun to watch offensively. But Matthew Stafford, elite arm talent, been doing it well for a long time. Love the bass, the rhythm, the tempo that he played with. Got aggressive in this one as well. Fun to see him rewarded. But man, just continues to make consistent, crazy, impressive arm talent throws. You get all the different arm angles. You get the little flicks. You get the deep down the field shots. You get the aggressiveness. You get the premier kind of tight window throws. You couple that with some awesome routes, some scheme, some playmaking ability as well. Overall, really great performance, locked in. That was a fun one. So thank you so much for hanging to the end. I will see you next time. Have a good one.